Honey Mustard Mahomes out of here.
Honey mustard.
Honey Mahomes. Everybody trying to hear that? Yeah.
Oh my God.
Boats. Go boats. We
You know
out
what it
here.
is. Pull up, that's chop. Y'all know what it is, man. With my boy Trey. You know what I'm saying? I got my solid crew up in here. I got Ro Lewis, my boy Trey and Moose. We about to get it in. We about to talk about it. It was a busy week, but we're gonna talk about hold on. Let's talk about this bull crap first. The Pink Panthers beat the Falcons 25-15.
Oh my God.
Who's the Pink Panther fan in here? We can hurry up and get that out the way.
Please smash on this topic.
Y'all know what it is, man.
No, we don't. That's why we
No, we
asked.
don't.
Y'all already knew. That was the first time they beat us. Was the only loss in our division that we had all year. They wasn't even supposed to beat us then. I mean, we already know what goes on when we play our division, so it wasn't even a game I even hope to watch. I'm sad they put it on Thursday because neither one of us is a good enough team to be Thursday night. At least both on the same screen.
Yeah. I don't think y'all good enough for Thursday nights, Monday nights. Y'all
Thursday night ain't
like a Wednesday
Thursday night.
around
Thursday night is a wash night, man. They need to put y'all like Wednesday morning at like.
They play Wednesday morning around 7:15.
Oh man, I'm getting tired of y'all haters. Panther haters, man.
You talking about you doing all this winning, but y'all 3-7 and the Bucks are number 1 in the division.
Yeah, but we about to beat them. We about to beat the Bucks again, though. We already beat the Saints.
I don't know.
And we beat the Falcons.
I think they just woke up.
Thomas Patrick Edward Brady kind of.
Man, I'm not worried. Okay. So if you saying that, then that means that they about to beat the Browns up and come in too. Then
it's a possibility. The Browns sticking it up. They might as well lose the rest.
That's not high praise. The Browns
not
stink.
at all.
Man, we not losing. we not losing to the Bucks though. We not losing. We not losing to the Bucks.
Anyways, we don't spend all that time on the trash.
Thank you. Let's move on. Let's move on. Please.
All right, let's move on. We talking about. It was a lot of games that came on today. Had the Vikings beat the Bills 33-30. Anybody want to comment on that?
The Bills lost that. They gave that game away.
Did they give it away? Or
I think the Bills ain't as good as advertised. That's what I think.
You feel what?
The Bills ain't as good as advertised. They can't be.
And the Vikings got to be the best comeback.
The thing I figured out about the Bills is if you got a weak secondary, they're going to light you up. Stephon Diggs going to go for Justin Jefferson numbers. He's going to go for 2-3 touchdowns, and they're going to smoke you. If you make the whole team beat you, they don't. They struggle.
Hey, Trey, how you feel about that game, bro?
What game?
The Bills and the Vikings.
Oh, my gosh. It's the game of the – it's like an instant classic. Like, it was so much to take away from that game because you could have counted the Vikings out at one point. Like, you seriously, like, given like, who the Bills are, who they've been this season, like, you like, they up 20 – I think they were up 27-10. Yeah, they were up 27-10. So I'm like, it's – dang, we can't watch Kirk Cousins put that shit on this weekend on the private jet. We can't watch him, you know what I'm saying, be bedazzled in jewels, put that shit
Right.
We can't see that, right? But Justin Jefferson, if Stephon Diggs is him, then who is Justin Jefferson then? That's my biggest takeaway.
He's he.
Who is Justin Jefferson if we're proclaiming that Stephon Diggs is him, and he has some him moments. The other takeaway is Allen does not have a high rate of accuracy in the red zone. He will throw that interception in the red zone.
I was shocked.
That was a very good takeaway.
I was shocked he even threw that ball.
But he's done that. He did that last week too. They talked about that. He did it last week too. So
that's horrible.
Kirk Cousins got one more week to put that shit on, man. Hey.
So was that the Vikings beating them, or was that the Bills beating themselves?
No, the Vikings won.
No, I know. I'm saying, is that the Vikings winning or is that the Bills beating themselves?
Say it again, right? Say it again, right?
I answered the question. The Vikings
Oh,
won.
I got you.
He feel the Vikings won. He feel the Vikings won now. He don't feel the Bills lost it. He feel the Vikings won that.
So him throwing the interception in the red zone and him fumbling and giving them.
But I believe all year the Vikings been the best comeback team. They've been down a lot and been coming back on tons of teams all year.
Yeah, that's facts.
They've been proven to do that all year.
Roll with a fact. Okay.
Yeah, they've been proven to do that all year.
All I'm gonna say is Kirk Thuggins out here.
Kirk Thuggins.
But only thing I'm gonna add to that, because I'm a division rifle, so I'm a hater. I'm a hater when it comes to any people in my division. That's the only team that they really beat.
Man, listen.
Say, Louis.
I'm gonna just say this, man. Like, because number one, I like Kirk Cousins. I like him in Washington. I like him now. I think Kirk Cousins gets an unfair rap a lot of times. Kirk Cousins puts up really good numbers. He just, when the lights aren't the brightest, he tends to struggle. But he balled today. Justin Jefferson is he. I mean, if Stephon Diggs is him, he is he.
He's definitely top 3.
I think the NFL is full of great receivers. Like, when they come like the top 5, top 6 receivers, I don't think you can really go wrong like with picking any of them dudes. Like, I mean, you can't go wrong with picking Justin Jefferson. You can't go wrong with Devontae Adams and that mess out in Vegas. You can't go wrong with any of the top guys. I think it's
Jamar Chase, any of them.
Yeah, Jamar Chase, any of them. The NFL is full of great wide receivers. It kind of reminds me of the 90s and early 2000s when the running backs was crazy. And, now you got, the game is just transitioning to passing games. So you got a whole bunch of really good wide receivers. So, phenomenal game, classic. When it comes to the Bills, I will say the Bills have a lot of injuries on their back end. They're missing their two big safeties in Poyer and Micah Hyde. Micah Hyde is out for the year. I think that's big. Tre'Davious White hasn't played in a year and a half. One of the best shutdown corners in the league. I hate the Bills. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that is a reason. They're playing a lot of young dudes, a lot of shuffling pieces up front. And I will say this: the Pats provided a blueprint, I think, to beat the Bills, which is physicality. When we beat them last year with 2 passes, and we basically ran the ball for like 300 yards.
Yeah.
So I think a way to eliminate that is run at them. You seen Dalvin Cook he had over 100 yards. Kirk Cousins played great, but I mean Justin Jefferson put on a freaking phenomenal show. We're gonna talk about him in a minute. So great game by the Vikings. I think the Vikings put the league on notice, man. I really do. Like, to beat Buffalo in Buffalo is impressive. I don't care what anybody say about their schedule. That's impressive to beat them and come down and beat them. And you was down by 10 away in the fourth quarter, like 3 minutes left. That's impressive, man.
I agree. Man, the Dolphins killed the Browns today, 39-17.
Where's Tice?
Where's Tice?
Ducking when the Browns lose.
Where's Tice at? I have no no comment. I don't think we're going to talk about it. I don't think that Deshaun Watson should actually play at all this year. I think he might as well just sit out. Miami just went in there and did the Patriots way on Cleveland.
Hey, Louis, what you do?
Whoa.
Don't
do that. No, they
I want to steal it.
They did the Dolphins way. They're like Miami Vice. They ain't do it. They ain't do it.
All right. Well, I'll say that. Miami.
I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying, man.
Yeah, I know. I was just talking about the score deficit. You know what's up. Yeah, that's it.
Deshaun Watson got to play this year. You got to play him. He got to play this year.
Who, Deshaun?
Don't sit him out, because otherwise you're gonna go through your growing pains the first 4 games of the season, him getting used to everybody and game speed. You might as well get that out the way this year, regardless of what happens this year.
That's true.
Get it out the way so you go in next year fresh, already knowing if you need different pieces around them or whatever you're gonna do. You might as well figure that out this year.
Yeah, good point. Good point. I'm just saying, like, as far as that's a great point, and I tend to agree with that. I'm just saying, like, when it comes to, like, I mean, we already know Stefanski gonna be around. He not leaving. At least like next year, he not leaving. Like, they gonna give him a run with Deshaun and see what happens.
Can I have the contrarian standpoint as far as, like, with Deshaun Watson?
Go ahead.
I don't like saying devil's advocate. I want to take the contrarian's standpoint of, like, Well, what about like risking injury? Do you?
I agree.
Because like
played it for 2.5 years. Yeah.
I think about. I mean, I know you can't think that. You can't think about that. You pay somebody that much money, you want to see when and if they can perform, and no better time than when the allotted time gives him to come out onto the field. I think from Lewis's point was great. Like you got to just get out there and get all of the rust, all of the getting used to your receivers, getting used to getting hit again. But that point right there, getting hit again after 2 years, you know what I'm saying? Like this is you still got to face some AFC North teams. We don't play when it comes to those games. It's gonna be colder.
Yeah.
It's a lot of things that contribute to that. And my honest opinion is I would understand from Lewis's standpoint, but I would also understand from a standpoint of let's not risk it when our season is already a dumpster fire right now.
Right. Facts.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I don't think if I'm Deshaun Watson, I'm like I don't want to play this year. Just because like the Browns are not going anywhere. They're not going to the playoffs. They're not making a wild card. You know it's just not going anywhere. I mean, I definitely get what Lewis is saying, but I mean he's still young. I mean, knock off that rust in training camp maybe, and when you get into the game, definitely next year.
But the only reason I say that is because in training camp you don't get to hit them, and they don't play the preseasons no more. So what's gonna happen is you're gonna get them out there your first or second game, and that's when you're gonna be trying to knock the rust off. And it's gonna be, you know what I mean? It might have an effect on your season next year, losing some of them games, or him coming out there not.
Yeah.
I mean, but I get what y'all saying because he not finna come in there and take them nowhere. So I get why y'all saying don't risk it. I'm just saying to go forward, I got to know what I got, and these boys got to start playing because next year, this season, especially with this season being disappointing, I'm already trying to figure out what I'm doing for next year.
Yeah,
they got to get Chubb the ball, like to protect Deshaun Watson, man. They got to get Chubb the ball. They got to get Chubb the ball
11 times today.
Well, y'all was saying something about like the running backs and like the wide receivers taking over the game now, like the running backs used to. I don't think running backs ever take it over again, only because every team got two of them. It's never one that get all of the carries.
Yeah, facts. Yeah.
Like how is somebody ever gonna break running back records now? Because every team got to have two of them.
They're making sure they don't. They're making sure they don't, and they making sure that they don't get. And they making sure they don't get those extra bonuses. Oh, you get over 200 yards or over 1,000 yards or over such and such yards. They can't get it when you got two running backs splitting at half and half. You ain't gonna be able to get them bonuses at the end like you would normally do before.
Prime example is what we were talking about earlier in the chat with Pollard and Zeke.
Yeah,
like how they split it up. Zeke gets all the nasty dump yards, 3 here, 5 here. Then Pollard can come in and break a 15, real finesse back almost. Like the schemes are to ground and pound Zeke and then finesse back out there. You know, you get the swing up to the outside and he takes off. You're right. You're absolutely right. There will never be a consistent Emmitt Smith type of era again.
Nope. Except for with Derrick Henry, because he plays the majority of his, but there is two
backs. They ain't got no choice because they really ain't got no weapons.
Right, exactly. Right. Yeah, I agree with that.
But he's not good.
And he's big, so he can take the hits. I think they'd be worried about injury.
Yeah. All right. Chiefs beat the Jags 27-17. We're not talking about them. Tennessee Titans beat the Broncos 17-10. I don't want to talk about them either. But
the Titans.
The Titans and the Broncos.
The Titans is definitely gonna be contenders in the office.
Yeah, we gotta play the schedule for us, I think, is like the Steelers, like the Titans,
the
Chiefs, the Bills. Like we got back, like
y'all got a stretch coming.
Yeah, bro. That's why we got that bye week. That's why
it landed right on time too.
Because we getting a lot of key players back too, but I get it. Like
coming back in like what, a week or two?
Yeah, probably
something like that.
Probably. I don't want them to come back against the Steelers. I think we can. I think this go around, I think we settled down where we can beat the Steelers, but we ain't got to talk about my team. We ain't play this week.
The Lions and the Bears.
Justin Fields, man.
Justin Fields was eating today, bro. That right there, today's game, Justin Fields kind of it kind of went against what Roe was saying, talking about Justin Fields ain't that guy. Today, he proved that he was that guy.
How is he not that guy when he has the record for most rushing yards for a quarterback? How is he not that guy?
He's him, bro.
I hear you, man. I hear you. He's not that guy, man. I don't believe it. I don't have the trust in him. I don't. Not to win me games.
Can we keep a Panther in a Panthers place and allow?
Y'all talking real Pantherish right now.
Right, you're talking real Panthers right now.
He's not about to know.
But here's a couple things that you got to keep in mind when you talk about Justin Fields. He just went through a bunch of garbage ass shit with Nagy last year, and that is shaking confidence a little bit from where he came out. But he's learning a brand new offense again, second year in a row, and he really didn't have that many good pieces around him. I like Darnell Mooney, but as a little receiver and not a big wide receiver, it's a little bit hard sometimes to get him the ball. It's just sometimes it is. And they young. They learning some stuff. They making some mistakes. My offensive line been up and down. My center went out. They moved the guard to center. Then they didn't like him, so they moved him back to the other side of the guard. Like, there's been a lot of jumbling up on my line too. Like 3 or 4 different players have been in there. We ain't had the same line. We ain't got all of the wide receivers that we need. And he's learning some new stuff, and he's learning it on the fly. I think there's some growing pains, but I think that as he starts to go, he's starting to hit his gear a little bit now. The confidence came back a while ago, but now he's starting to put it into effect a little bit. Cole Kmet got about 3-4 touchdowns in the last couple of weeks. He's starting to use his tight end like a good quarterback should. Right. Now we get Claypool in the mix, let him learn his playbook and move around a little bit. In the meantime, a lot of the times when we were punting last year, he's getting first down.
I ain't hear you name one running back.
They split it. That's what I'm saying. Like I got Montgomery, he's a good back. He fights for tough yards. Herbert is kind of like the Pollard type. He's shifty. He's a little faster. He gets the big breakaway runs. The Bears are leading the NFL in rushing. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but that's because of Fields lately, though.
What's wrong with that?
That's because of all 3 of them. Because at first Fields wasn't putting up 150 yards rushing every game. He was putting up like 60.
And then he realized if he wasn't, they wasn't winning. They had an opportunity to win the day, but they didn't.
We was already
losing. So they have to give him the wildcat. I'm saying
we was already losing.
If he's not in a wildcat formation on offense,
rushing without Fields getting over 100 yards in any game.
I'm saying, but if he not in a wildcat offense, y'all don't have chances, and y'all not giving yourself chances in the game because it seemed like when him running on the down the field is giving them more opportunities on offense to score.
Let's go, Aaron Rodgers. Go ahead.
Duh.
Balling.
But I'm saying, if he's not that guy, we're not getting those things. The things that you just said is because of him.
Yeah, but he's still not giving you no wins though.
No, my defense is not giving me no wins. We just if you put up 30 points.
You put up 30 points.
Right. You put up 30 points. You put up 30 something against the Dolphins. You put up 30 something against the week before. And then we get a bad call last week from the refs that don't call a pass interference. That's not because Justin Fields ain't putting us in position to win. He putting us in position to win. We was up 14 points on them because of him.
Every week he's been putting
and Lewis, I'm with you on this. And y'all know I haven't been a Justin Fields fan. But this year, he's
balling, bro.
He's balling.
Blame it on my defense.
Yes. And
don't blame it on Justin Fields.
I love what their offensive guy is doing. He's creating an offense that's built around his strengths.
Yes.
And like
it took him 5 games to do it before he finally realized it. And then about 2 weeks ago, they said if this looks familiar, it's because they're doing some stuff like the Ravens do with Lamar Jackson. And ever since they did that, we've been putting up 30 points a game. You can't put up 30 points a game 3 games in a row and then take 3 L's on all 3 of them.
That's exactly what I was about to say. That was exactly what I was about to say.
No, Justin Fields can play, man. He's definitely the guy in Chicago, man.
It's my defense. I got like four or five rookies out there on my defense, and sometimes they make a mistake and we get gashed for it. I mean, that's part of growing pains. But we're gonna be a better team next year because of it.
Don't listen to him, Lewis, man. He
I'm not. I watch my team.
They're gonna be solid.
I know my team.
The Panthers
is gonna be solid next year.
Hey, now listen, the Panthers, y'all been running that offense forever. How come y'all ain't putting up 30 every game?
What?
Aaron Rodgers,
we ain't got it. We ain't got it.
This ain't no new offense. This ain't no new offensive line. This ain't no new coaching. None of that.
Our line ain't good though. Our line ain't
Aaron
good
Rodgers
though.
did it, bro. He won. He beat McCarthy. He saw
it.
Matt Crosby.
I won't say that. He's the boy,
but for the Bears, you got to win these games. And I said earlier in the game, if we kicking field goals, you can't win the game kicking field goals.
That's what I said earlier.
And I knew when we had that big drive, all of a sudden we got a penalty and it turned it into a field goal. I said, there it is. You can't do that and win. Like, we're gonna have problems because of that. If we gotta take field goals instead of punching it in, we're gonna keep losing.
Right.
They're gonna learn. They're gonna learn that penalty killed us. And then the penalty killed us on offense and defense all game long. We was taking them. And it was our fault. They were good calls. We just was playing like too many mistakes. Too many mistakes to win in the NFL. You can't make mistakes like that every week and win, period. I don't care who you're playing.
So all right. So the Giants beat the Texans 24-16. Steelers finally got a win. They beat the Saints 2010.
Yeah, who cares?
Nobody named 5 people on the Saints right now.
Nobody, everybody.
Demario Davis, Marshawn Lattimore, Tyson Hill, Alvin Kamara, washed up Tyrann Mathieu, who hustled the Saints to get back.
They got Olave. They got Olave though.
Taysom Hill.
Jarvis Landry came back today.
Yeah, he needs to go home in Louisiana, eat some crawfish.
It's Justin Jefferson, the best wide receiver in the league. He had 10 catches for 193 yards.
I argue he's top 3, no order, and he could be possibly the best receiver in the league.
Who's the other 2?
Hopkins, and it will have to be. It's a toss up between Diggs and a couple other people.
You talking about stats, or you talking about skill?
Just skill. No, I'm not talking about like what they do. Of what they do.
Devontae Adams is right there, bro.
You talking about this year?
I'm just talking about what they do or what they can do.
You know who I didn't hear him name?
Oh, go ahead.
Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill got the most yards out of everybody. He got more yards than some goddamn teams.
He might be MVP. He's playing the way he playing.
But I'm saying you didn't even mention him.
He should have been
because Tyreek Hill's receptions and everything that he get is body catches, not hand catches, and their deep ball passes. He's not getting it in the middle of the field and breaking tackles and going down the way. Some of that shit be dagger routes and he just take off. Yeah, some of his but his routes and his catches that he get is easy. It's easy.
Why? Because it's easy because he can take separation.
It's easy to get yards when you can make separations, but when you Justin Jefferson,
that make you good? You think Justin Jefferson, some of his catches is because of separation?
I'm saying, but you can't throw it to Tyreek Hill just like you can throw it to Justin Jefferson and hope he gonna catch it over 2-3 people.
Why not?
Because I don't think Tyreek Hill gonna catch a ball over 2-3 people more than Justin Jefferson.
Justin Jefferson don't be making catches like that. Justin Jefferson be getting open. He run a good route, get open, get a little separation, and take off.
Did you not watch the game today?
No, he snatched up. He snatched up. He went crazy.
What? All right,
I'm saying, but that's not every game.
He had a little bit of OBJ, Randy Moss, and everything in his body.
I'm saying that's not every game. He's like a Megatron to me.
Of the year right now.
Megatron's a 101. Nobody's like Megatron.
Yeah, I didn't say
Megatron's a 101.
Justin Jefferson is gonna be if he keep going the way he's going, I believe he can be a Megatron. I believe
Megatron 6'5", 240 can run
about the same size.
They're about the same size. They're about the same size. Justin Jefferson is like
no, they're not.
Justin Jefferson is like 6'3", 6'4".
How much he weighs?
How much does he weigh?
Bro.
All right, hold on. I'm about to look it up. I got you.
6'5", 240.
But like I said, top three receivers. No, I mean whatever. I'll tell you my pick: Devontae Adams, Tyreek Hill, Justin Jefferson. For me and my money, I'm taking Devontae Adams.
Hey, hold
I
up.
just said
Justin Jefferson is 6'1", 203 pounds.
He will
Thank you.
No way near.
Talking about 6'4". Where he's 6'4" at?
That ain't enough.
Now I will say the row is right about Reek. Reek make a lot of body catches. Now if Reek's speed ever goes, I mean, I'm not saying he'll be a bum, but I do wonder at times because like if your speed ever goes and you can't make like catches out the air, I wonder because that is a knock against Tyreek Hill is that he does a lot of body catches. I'm not saying I'm knocking him. I'm just saying that's the narrative out there about him.
Okay.
Does he make a lot of body catches because he can?
Because he can't catch. I don't think he can catch.
Do you think saying like even when he's Kansas City? So you saying they never threw to him when he was on somebody? So how do we know? It's always because he wide open.
No, it's because Lou. It's because you watch the tape and you see like he makes a lot of body catches. He does.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm saying if he run down here and do like a dig route for a little quick curl or something like that, and that cornerback back up because he's scared, he turn around, he catch it in there, then turn around and take off. Is that because that's what he can do because of who he is? Right. That's like me saying, well, Michael Jordan had a 40-something inch vertical, so that's why he can dunk. Yeah, that's exactly why he can dunk. But
which is my pushback with him though. Like if he ever loses his speed, if he ever loses a step, what's going to separate you then? That's what I'm saying. Like,
but that's with any wide receiver. If you can't get no separation, you ain't putting up yards. You're gonna make some catches.
Lou, was Chris Carter fast like that?
But if he's a big body.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying though. If Reek loses a step, he's already a smaller receiver. If he loses a step, then what? Then if he can't catch the ball,
because he's little. You saying because he's little?
That's what I'm saying. If he's already 5'9", 5'10",
yeah,
he ain't 6'2", 6'3".
I got you. That's what I said about Darnell Mooney. That's the same shit I said about Darnell Mooney.
Yeah, Darnell Mooney showed that he can catch over people though.
I like Mooney. Mooney gonna be.
But you trying to say Tyreek Hill can't catch?
But no, I'm telling you, Darnell Mooney.
I'm talking to you.
No, I'm telling you that Darnell Mooney showed me that he could catch over people. I'm telling you that. No, Tyreek Hill never showed me that he could go.
How many catches has Darnell Mooney had like that? You talking about my player? How many catches have you had that you seen Darnell Mooney did what he did that game?
A couple weeks ago when he had a touchdown catch on the line in the red zone, I thought he just caught it over somebody.
It wasn't a touchdown. It wasn't a touchdown. It was for a first down. That was that crazy catch that he made. That jump in and it wasn't a touchdown. It was for a first down.
Okay, so was it over somebody or no?
So hold on. How many more catches besides that one? Because that's you.
I showed you one.
Happened a couple weeks ago.
Show me one that Tyreek did over anybody this year. I showed you one, so you showed me one.
I haven't watched them like that, but I'm pretty sure if I go back, I'll find you more than one. It might not be crazy like that one, but we all sitting here talking about it because it was so like, wow, that was like one catch.
And Lou's defense though, Darnell Mooney ain't the route runner nor the runner of Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill don't have to do all that.
You ain't seen him make a whole bunch of catches like that. But I can show you a whole bunch of catches Darnell Mooney
get it though. He would go up and get it if he
that's my team. I can show you a whole bunch of catches Darnell Mooney should have made that he dropped.
There's a lot of catches that a lot of people should have made that they dropped.
But he's a wide receiver. That's what he get paid for.
I mean, Braylon Edwards got paid to catch too.
That doesn't eliminate Tyreek Hill's greatness though, because he don't make catches over. Like that doesn't eliminate his greatness.
I'm just saying it can't.
That's like saying, but that's like saying because Dwight Howard couldn't shoot a 20-foot jump shot, he's not like, oh well, he's not better than this person. Like, I mean, you have a skill set. Tyreek Hill's skill, he's fine.
Okay, so let me ask y'all a question. This going on going back to Derek. When everybody on here, when we said Kansas City lost Tyreek Hill, what did everybody say? Did anybody say so what because he do a lot of body catches?
I'm cool on you, bro. Y'all got that.
No, I'm just asking the question. Or did everybody up in here, including me, say, "Hey, that boy cold"? Like I don't know what y'all gonna do. Y'all lost a big piece.
You got it, bro.
And then he went down to Miami. He's still a big piece. Did anybody say Tyreek Hill got on pace to be the first wide receiver to go 2,000 yards and all he make is body catches?
At the beginning of the year, if you roll back some tapes, I also said that Miami had the best offense in here week 3 or so.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm not disagreeing.
A while back.
That's not my question. That is not my question. My question is this.
I never said that.
This is my question.
I don't think he can catch.
Listen, he's on his way to become the first 2,000-yard receiver in the history of the game. And is anybody sitting up there talking about he make body catches?
Body catcher. He about to become the 2,000.
But he about to be the one. He on pace to do something nobody in the history of this game ever did.
Tyreek is great, man. Period. Tyreek is great, man.
He's a body
catcher. Conversation, bro.
Don't nobody label his catches as body catches.
He's still great, though. He's still great, bro.
Nobody labels his catches as body catches.
I never said
he is on his way to do something that all these receivers y'all just named never did.
Like Lewis is saying, look,
never. He on pace to do it right now.
Period.
Lewis is, in facts, Tyreek is great.
And ain't nobody saying that. Oh, but he doing it with body catches. Who give a fuck?
Nobody's saying that.
I'm just saying when he 34, we'll see.
When he slow down, that'd be different. But the record probably
if he slows down, that's my question. When he slows down, and
but if anybody slowed down,
if
Chris Carter slowed down, he wouldn't get as many receipts as he did either. That was the answer to that one.
No, it's not the answer to that one. I'm gonna tell you why it's the answer to that one. Because you can evolve your game. I'm not saying that you're not wrong. That you're not right. You're right. I'm just saying that after a while, like if you lose something, you have to add other things to your game. That's all I'm saying. And that's with anything. Like if you can't, like Gronk lost a step a little bit as he got older and injuries compiled. But the fact that he was a phenomenal blocker kept him like longevity wise in the game because his game was all around.
If Tyreek Hill loses a step, he'll still be faster than 90% of the goddamn wide receivers in the NFL.
I'm not lying about him.
I'm saying, so you think he's still you're putting it on people?
Tyreek's in my top 3. He's in my top 3 receivers. So talk to.
I don't know if I put him. I'm not saying that he's top 3. I'm just saying like when I'm listening to what y'all saying.
Who's your top 3?
To me, I don't know because for me, for the wide receiver to pick one, I also got to look at their quarterback. You got to look at the quarterback, or they ain't putting up nothing. I don't care who they are. Megatron. I like
AJ Brown. I like AJ Brown.
Look at Devontae Adams. He went from being the number one to win. Nobody. We weren't even thinking about Devontae until somebody mentioned him a second ago.
I said that.
I know, but I'm saying as a whole, when Rose said about the top 3, Devontae Adams didn't pop in my head this year. That's not what I was like. There's Tyreek. But I'm saying what I said there's Tyreek Hill, there's Stephon Diggs, there's Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase when he come back is up there. You know what I'm saying? Devontae Adams wasn't going to pop in my head for about another 7 people.
And that's solely because the Raiders.
But that's strictly Derek Carr reason why he didn't pop into my head.
Yeah, that's why.
Right.
That's that college connection though.
But that's why I asked what I asked. That's why I said, are we going off skill set?
Why are we talking about the Raiders? Where they at? 25-20.
I don't know how to answer because I'm gonna pick the usual suspects. I'm gonna say Stephon Diggs. I'm gonna say Jamar Chase. I'm gonna say Justin Jefferson, like everybody. I'm gonna say Tyreek. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna name the same. All of us gonna name the same 7 people.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Who's Hopkins? Where Hopkins at? Where Hopkins
Put him in there.
He was suspended. But he was suspended 8 games this year. So
I'm saying, put Hopkins in there. I'm agreeing with you. I'm not whatever wide receiver your name, I'm gonna agree with it. That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna agree with all. If we come up with the top 7, I'm gonna say yep.
Devontae Adams. That's all I'm gonna say. Is he out there?
And I'm gonna say that same thing. And if that's the case, I'm gonna say Deshaun Watson to see week 14. I'm gonna say Deshaun Watson.
Deshaun Watson.
I'm still putting him up there. Like
If
what?
he get you 600 passing yards in 2 games, then you can put him up there.
Yeah, I definitely ain't putting him up there for that. Anyway, should
Wow.
Deshaun Johnson. Does Deshaun Watson
My
come back
cousin.
this season? Should he come back this season? Or should he
He
sit out?
Tackled that.
He definitely should. At least the last.
If I'm the coach, I'm playing him. But if he get hurt, I'll be the stupidest coach in the NFL. But that would be me.
I'm sorry. We did speak on that. My bad.
Yeah, I would play him. I would. I need to know what I got going into next year.
Yeah, I definitely would play him like the last 3 games of the season. Definitely.
All right, I'm about to put a hook in the game right now. Who finishes in the Final Four college football playoffs?
Oh,
I like
Because you know two of them gonna get knocked. You know one of them gonna get knocked out.
Yeah.
Oh, Jeff Green say that you got to play in the Big Ten championship. So
night, Ohio
both of them ain't
State.
going.
Good night, Ohio State. That's all I'm saying.
Boy, you sound crazy.
Can I talk now?
Okay, so
Like,
Trey, go ahead, Trey. Let me talk. Go ahead.
I let y'all talk. Yeah, I let y'all talk about your receivers and all of that. I don't want to talk about that. You know what I'm saying? I got my own opinion about who my receivers is, but like we got bench players talking like starters, and I hate it. we got Big Blue over here. You finally get a win over Big Brother, and you got all this confidence after 20 years of dominance.
Get him, Trey. Get him, Trey.
Oh,
Get him, Trey.
become today.
Get him, Trey.
Speak. This is almost like me predicting the future. Like I got a glow. You know what I'm saying? I got one of those. You know what I'm saying? It's the ball.
Get him, Trey.
On November 26th, the 100th anniversary of the Ohio Stadium.
Oh yes. Get him, Trey.
We will dot the I of the Script, Ohio. And then we will dot the I of those Wolverines from that state up north. If we're talking about who's going to remain in the top 4, there's only going to be one from the Big Ten. There's only room for one in the Big Ten. I live from one coast to the other. And the only team that they talk about in the Big Ten is that big black O. It's that big black O. They tell me all the time, hey, the Big Ten has no competition. It's gonna have an easy schedule. Y'all are on our schedule. Y'all are always the last game of our schedule. And for years, I have had to fight in the defense of the Big Ten by myself as an Ohio State fan. The Ohio State University, pardon me. I have never heard not one person ever say to me, you better look out for that team up north. Because they got a good team this year. You can have a good team. You can have a great team. And you will still never amount to who we are. Y'all go by many names. We go by one. Peace. Peace.
That was beautiful, bro.
You talking real Panthers. You talking real Panthers.
Hey, that was beautiful, bro. That was perfect. That was perfect.
You about to make me lose. You about to make me leave on that segment. You about to make me leave.
I'm about to say,
to get him off here.
I would just let it go.
All first verse, too. Hey, Moose. Hey, Beezy. All first verse.
Hey, Trey didn't even know that was coming. Just for the record, y'all. I didn't tell him that.
I'm ready to show up whenever y'all ready to show up.
That's crazy, bro.
That was nice. That was nice.
That was perfect, bro. And I thought he was going to roll back for 2 weeks when they pounded on the Panthers. He didn't even bring that up. He let that
What we
slide.
got to talk about that for? We knew
I
that.
was finna be like, go Ohio State shit.
Right, exactly. That was crazy. Oh, that was crazy, bro. That was crazy.
Bro, I need the rebuttal though. I need the rebuttal. Not the blue.
I'm about to say I need the rebuttal.
Talk. I just wait till the game comes.
No, you talk. Don't.
I got money. I got money on Big Blue. So it is what it is. That's all I gotta say.
Listen, no, having money on the game don't mean nothing because I bet on my team every week, and I know that don't mean nothing. That don't mean nothing.
Yo.
That don't mean nothing.
Hey, we got the bell. We won last year, right?
Yeah,
Wrong. Okay. That's all I'm gonna say.
So I'm not a Michigan nor I'm an Ohio State fan. So I am objective. I'm just a football guy.
Right.
So that's number one. But I will say I hate Ohio State with a fervor. Like
he do.
When I say I hate Ohio State, I hate the O.
He has his reasons.
I hate the trash gray colors that y'all have. I hate our trash 100-year stadium. I hate Ryan Day's beard. It's ugly. Probably got freaking Buckeye candy in it. Don't like none of that. Brian Hartline went to Glen Oak, so he's trash too.
Yeah, he did.
Shout out to Devin Jordan, though. Maslin Tigers. I rock with you, my boy, but everybody else, forget all y'all. Shout out to Jalen Ballard, you know what I'm saying, Maslin. But outside of that, I hate Ohio State, but I'm going to say this. CJ Stroud's a dog. Marvin Harrison Jr. is a dog.
A dog.
They continue to put out great wide receivers. But I'm going to say this, as an offensive line guy, it's going to come down to the front. And I just believe that Michigan's offensive line can get the job done against Ohio State's defensive line when it comes to running the football. It's not about Michigan. I think Michigan's going to make the game ugly when it comes to the running game. And I'm not going to pick a winner, but my thing is this: can Ohio State slow down Michigan's running game? Can they slow down Michigan's running game? Because that's a question that I have watching both teams this year. That is a question that I have.
Who was Ohio State's toughest game so far this year?
Penn State, right, bro? Was it Penn State?
Our toughest game?
So far this year.
Did y'all almost lose to Notre Dame?
That was the first game of the season. I ain't counting.
First game of the year, Notre Dame beat Clemson. So anyway.
Like, for me, like, I hear what like that team up north, because I'll never say
being disrespectful. Come on.
That team up north has a great running game. They always run the ball. Like, shout out to, you know what? I'm gonna tell you how much invested I am with the game. Tim Bianca Batuka, bro.
Shout out 1996, baby. Shout out.
Like, running game, like, we seen this before. We seen the premier running back coming into this game.
Shout out 1996.
I remember
how we don't care about 96 and Tim Bianca Batuka.
But no, I'm just saying they have a history of having a great running game.
Hey, Trey, tell him who got the most wins too. Tell him who got the most wins too. The one up north or your team? Or your team?
The most national champions.
Ohio State.
No, I'm just saying, who got the most wins? Who got the most wins?
But who got the most wins in the past 20 years?
Lewis, to answer your question, it was Northwestern. That was the toughest game.
You know why that game was tough? Because of the weather. There was high wind.
Yeah, the toughest game was Penn State. The toughest game.
Everybody else was blowout season.
The toughest game was Penn State because Penn State blew Maryland's backs out.
Because this one, I was
44-31 was the score for that Penn State game.
I was going to say the Penn State game.
Let's point out how that team up north really, you haven't had that game where everybody's like, oh, like, yeah, they put up numbers. Like, y'all struggled throughout the whole game all the time. Like,
wasn't the same thing last year?
That same Indiana team
that team
up north was tied at halftime with.
What did the same thing last year, and then they came out and ran down your throat?
I'm just asking. I'm asking them too. I'm asking them. It don't matter.
Corbin Blue.
Where do you think Michigan is? Where do y'all think Michigan is compared to Penn State? I know they got a better record and all that, but I'm saying, like, is it comparable how they get their win?
They're way better than Penn State.
They beat them 41-17. They beat Penn State.
No, I'm saying I know that they better, but I'm saying, like, to me, when I watched Penn State, I said Penn State always got a running game too. To me, I mean, just from looking at it from the outside, because I don't be so invested in them.
Michigan,
because I'm a Notre Dame fan, so.
Oh yeah, Trey, keep it a buck though. Keep it a buck. Whose offensive line is better? Because Michigan has a Remington Award finalist on that plays center for them.
Oh, that team up
north won Remington last year.
That team up north has a cement wall. Like that's why that running back is blowing through those holes and getting up the field the way that they are.
Penn State offensive line is good. Like I watch offensive line play.
But they're not
Penn State's offensive line is good. Michigan's offensive line is like above, like substantially above Penn State's offensive line.
Okay,
substantially.
That's why I was asking, like, who? Because I'm trying to predict now what y'all saying, and I'm like, has they played anybody that's a Michigan type team?
How good is Maryland? Yeah. How good is Maryland?
Not good at all.
They're Maryland.
But Michigan only beat them 34-27.
But I'll say this though, when we all know this, college football, especially when it comes to in conference, it's just like the NFL in a lot of ways. Like the worst teams always get the best teams they best. Like you could say the same thing whether or not Northwestern only lost to Ohio State by 14. So yeah, whether or not run the ball. If it's that much win, dominant.
Running back issues right now.
That man had 30 carries for
Michigan don't have running backs.
I know they don't, but we also don't have an issue with the next man up and getting the ball through the air because we got Marvin Harrison Jr.
That's facts. Y'all are Ohio State and Michigan is like the Lamborghini.
The other boy cold too, not just Marvin Harrison. The other boy cold too.
They got a wide receiver core.
And Jibba Smith hasn't even played all season. I don't know what his status is going to be going into the game.
Going to the league.
If
the other cat cold too.
If Ohio State can stop the run, Michigan can't beat them.
You crazy?
No, who said they crazy?
40-21.
No,
40-21. You heard it here.
If Ohio State shuts down that run, there's nothing happening with y'all at all.
40-21.
That's actually factual because y'all have
that's a
no
fact,
receiver that
bro.
puts no fear.
I'm looking at
receivers
the running back ran. The running back almost ran for 250 yards when y'all played against Maryland.
That's what he did.
He has no do that.
Michigan receivers are okay. They have okay receivers.
I don't think Ohio State is going to allow him to run 200 and something yards on him.
But allow? No, I won't go allow because Michigan's offensive line is supremely dominant. Like the allow part. No, you.
I don't think Ohio State. I don't think Ohio State has
their
ran.
Offense is also very stagnant. I've seen stagnant.
It is stagnant. Okay. It's very stagnant because of what their offense is, though. Their offense is ground and pound.
Yeah. How good is Ohio State's defensive line?
It's good. It's better than last year, but it ain't as good as Michigan's offense.
So JTT is a problem, bro.
He is, but I'll take Michigan's offensive line as a core over Ohio State's defensive line.
I could say that.
I'm sorry, bro. Michigan's offensive line is it. They won the best offensive line award as a whole last year.
But this season, what I've noticed, this is the thing. I know what you're saying. Like that team up north, they've been running the ball well inside because of their offensive line. If we can find out a way,
that's what I'm saying.
To the outside.
That's what I'm saying. It's all right.
I agree.
It's not even going to be a close game.
No, I'm talking about like A gap, B gap type of like.
I agree.
It's stagnant as hell, but it's A gap, B gap, and they're going.
That's facts. No, if y'all stop that, y'all winning by 20.
That's what I'm saying.
Listen, if Ohio
but
State,
my thing is, I don't think that's happening.
if Ohio State man up on them wide receivers, you can put more people up in that box. Period.
Lewis, you the most current football coach of all of us right now. You're coaching. You were coaching. If you're facing the team, what would be your defensive strategy when you're facing an A gap, B gap type of offensive running game? What would you do?
Stack the box.
Facts. What Lewis just said. That's what you got to do. You got to stack the box. But then what you do offensively to counteract that, you put more guys in the box offensively, which is what Michigan already does well.
They're gonna put 2 tight ends on the line. They putting 2 tight ends on the line.
But you also know Harbaugh gonna put that F in. He one of the last dudes that still use the F/Y in the backfield. So Michigan, what their offense is predicated upon muddying up the game. They want to run the ball 30 to 40 times a game and throw the ball between 15 to like 22, 25. They don't want to throw the ball.
I wouldn't be surprised if they ran like T formation, like the T-ball.
Is Ohio State secondary good?
Yes.
If Ohio State secondary good, they're gonna win the game because they're gonna be able to stack the box.
No, they're gonna win the game anyway because it's the team up north.
Because I don't believe in Michigan quarterback. I don't believe in him.
Nobody does.
But I'm saying
one Tom Brady. It's only been one of them. Tom.
You have to make him be the one to try to win the game.
The Big Blue. What is you talking about? He wasn't that good up there in Michigan.
That's the only one we can actually remember. That's what I'm talking about.
That's because he actually been dominating in the NFL. That's the only reason why you remember him.
Didn't y'all have trash Brady Quinn that went to the Browns?
Brady Quinn.
Notre Dame.
Oh, he was y'all?
Yeah.
Hey, he almost went to the championship too. He's a college quarterback. He wasn't no pro college because he almost. If it weren't for USC and Reggie Bush, we go to the national championship. Reggie Bush and then beat us with that they was pushing him into the end zone, and that's how they ended up winning the game on us. Yeah.
What was that? 05?
That was Reggie Bush era. Yeah.
05, 04, something like that.
Yeah. Listen, don't say nothing about Notre Dame. Notre Dame number 2 in championships.
Let's get some basketball talking here, man. The top 10 NBA
they won the championship in
today.
1988, but anyway.
I know. Hey, we still got that many.
We don't know.
Hey, y'all gotta put the Hawks up there. I gotta put the Hawks up there, top 10.
We don't have to. You just want to.
I gotta put them up. You gotta put them up there.
They all right. They cool.
They the only team in the NBA right now that beat the Bucks.
Is they the only team that did that? The Bucks get
12 games in the season, bro.
I'm just saying, but you gotta put them up there.
I count that. I'm not gonna elevate them just because they beat the Bucks.
Well, I just said top 10. I ain't say number 1. I just said you gotta put them in the top 10 combo.
It's a lot of good teams out there that's on that top 10. It's a lot of good teams out there on that top 10. It's a lot of good teams out there, man.
But I put the Cavs up there, the Jazz up there, Boston, Bucks, the Hawks.
Who the Cavs just lose to?
Warriors.
Oh yeah, Steph Curry put up that 40.
He put up 40 on them. Clay only put up 9 though.
Clay looking sussy.
Clay put up 9 points.
Clay looking sussy. I ain't got no problem with him. I ain't got no problem with him getting traded to the Lakers for no reason.
I don't want any more old players, man. Stop, man.
I don't want to hear about. Yeah, I'm about to say I don't want to hear about no middle of the road free agent that's just like
because he's definitely middle of the road. I think his road is coming to a close.
here's my theory on what the Lakers are doing. They're ruining LeBron's legacy.
No.
I don't think that's possible.
Let me finish, bro. Phil Jackson,
you're not gonna finish.
Rob Pelinka.
LeBron James is not a victim. Mute this boy. He's not a victim. He's not a victim. Stop. Don't do that. He's not a victim. Anybody trying to sabotage?
Look at this nigga in the background sliding.
Because, man, no, you're not about to do that to my friend. No, man, stop. No, stop. Don't do that. No.
Rob Pelinka and Phil Jackson do not want to see LeBron break Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's record.
He gonna break that. They can't stop that.
I don't know. You think he's gonna break it this year though?
It don't matter. He gonna break it. I don't care when he gonna break it. He gonna be
is
the
gonna break
all-time.
it, but
No, listen, I'm a Laker fan. I don't want to talk about the Lakers, man. I don't.
yeah, I actually don't want to talk about the Lakers.
You can't.
I don't
You
want.
have to. You have to.
No, but the question is the top 10 teams of today. The Lakers is not even top 20 or 25. So I
can name you all the teams that got at least 8 wins.
All right, come on.
That'll be Utah Jazz with 10, Memphis got 9, Portland got 9, Phoenix got 8, Denver got 8, Milwaukee got 10, Boston got 10, Cleveland got 8, Atlanta got 8, and Washington got 8.
Let's
it's a lot of parity.
Let's talk about the Cavs though. Like their youth, their ability. No?
For some reason to me, I like the Cavs. For some reason to me, I feel that just to me, I feel that the Cavs is gonna fade to black like the Jay-Z album when its playoffs happen. That's just
they losing to them the Timberwolves right now.
I mean, it's early.
Who's sitting out?
They're playing good right now. I like Mitchell.
I love it. But people are sitting out this game.
I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do.
Let me see.
I don't think they beat Milwaukee in a 7-game series.
I don't think they beat Boston in a 7-game series either.
I told y'all that though, but y'all argue with me. Y'all argue with me.
I don't think so, man. I
think Mitchell and Allen sitting out, ain't they?
Who?
Mitchell and Allen.
Mitchell and Jared Allen.
Oh, they're not playing today? Oh, well, then of course they play.
The reason why we argue with you is because points were garbage. You didn't make any actually valid points. You just said some garbage stuff.
I just tell you how. I just tell you what I believe, man.
Anyways, moving on.
I just tell you what I believe, man.
Anyway,
it don't gotta make no sense to you as long as it makes sense to me. Right?
I think somebody on there on the post, and they said Luka at 23 is better than LeBron at 23.
Who?
Luka. That's spicy.
That ain't that spicy.
I didn't say it. I read it. I'm saying
it's not spicy. It's a true statement.
That's facts.
It's a lot of stats that's better than LeBron from Luka for the past 2 years. To be honest,
do you put in the fact that I'm just asking? I'm not saying anybody. I'm just asking. Do you put in that the game is more open today compared to when LeBron was 23 years old? The game is more spaced out.
What you mean open? Like, what you mean?
Like the floor. The floor.
You got more players that can get the job done. That's what you're saying?
No. There's more space on the court to operate. Like when LeBron was playing, we were still in the middle of the big man era, so the floor was really congested. And the 3-point shot wasn't involved as much, and there wasn't a lot of spacing. And Luka dominates the ball a lot. I'm not saying LeBron don't, but I'm just saying like the floor is wide open now, and the 3-point shot is everybody shoots a 3, even though Luka shoots.
Here's what I'm saying. LeBron's defense. Here's what I'm saying. LeBron's defense. Luka came in at the point guard with the ball in his hand all the time, so he says where the ball goes. LeBron didn't come in with the ball in his hand like that. They gave it to him because he was young, athletic, and did it. But the point guard had the ball and ran the offense.
Yeah.
Luka ran the offense. So Luka, he should be getting the assists. He should be getting some of the things that he get. Maybe not the points like him putting up these 30 boys and these 40-point triple doubles. Yeah, that's some outlandish shit. But he always got the ball in his hand. If you got the ball in your hand, you're supposed to get some stats. I don't care what they are. You're gonna get something.
Luka's usage rate is through the roof. Like meaning he has the ball in his hands. And like you said, like,
that's what I'm talking about.
If y'all remember, like the Cavs hated Bron, Darius Miles, Carlos Boozer.
Oh yeah, they couldn't stand him. They didn't want him to have the ball.
They was like, F this kid. You remember? So it's almost like the Cavs. Like it's like they wanted the Cavs to suck because like LeBron was their savior. He was only 18 years old. So like I don't know, man.
But I'm going back to something that Money said, right? He said LeBron I will always say he can't dribble. I always said this and that. Those aren't the things that you say about Luka, though.
No, but you don't.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm in a toss up. I'm saying Luka should be putting up the numbers that he should because he came in from day one and they gave him the keys from day one. So go. You know what I'm saying? And like y'all was saying, they hated on Brown when he first came in, probably because of all the pub he was getting. and all of the big contract, and these motherfuckers been in the league, and you know what I'm saying. So I
Yeah.
can see all of that, but
Yeah.
I also see flaws in LeBron game that I don't see in Luka's game yet.
And that's
Yeah.
why.
Oh yeah, and
only reason
and I'll
why
say this
Talk about how like Luka was a professional athlete in Europe though as well.
right
Yeah.
at 14.
Like I lived
at 14.
like
Yeah.
a little bit of transparency. Like I lived in Italy for like 3 years from 2016 to 2019. So in 2017 when he won the Euro, like I took my son to go see that game. And you know, at that point we knew he was coming to the league and this was his last Euro game. And the things that I was seeing him do, I'm like, this is evident that Luka is just a product of this new European like movement that everybody like the Spurs took advantage of when nobody else was paying attention to this type of ball play. The Euro step, all of it. The more aggressiveness. Like Luka was getting like 35, 38 a night in Europe. Like, so this ain't nothing new for Luka. He's just been that guy. He plays at his own pace. The rest of the team just gravitates around his whole court vision, his whole play. I remember he was running point at one point, and we looking at the time that it just takes for him to just slowly just come down the court, wait for the screen, come around the screen, shoot a jumper, pace back. And he just continues to do this. And then after a while, okay, y'all double teaming, let me take somebody in the post. Now he's abusing the small forward that's guarding him the whole time for like half of the second quarter. He abused like a small forward just in the post. I'm gonna just take him in the post. Luka has been like a professional before he came to the league. So that's why you don't see flaws. LeBron came from St. Vincent St. Mary in Akron, Ohio, into a grown man's league and was able to make an impact, but had to go through growing pains. Luka was playing with grown men when he was 13, 14 years old. LeBron went through the AAU system the way most American kids do. The Europeans have such a bigger advantage over American kids because they have the advantage to have these leagues because there's no constraints of where you can go. You can be a high schooler and you can be good enough to still play in the league. Like you can play in the Euros and still play on your high school team if you so choose to, because there's no restraints. Now, if LeBron was able to get into like, you know, what we have now, that G League system where the high school kids is coming in to get that grown man experience, then yeah, LeBron would have been able to work out the flaws that we see now. LeBron never was able to work out the flaws because he was just handed the keys with really no tools, in my opinion. Luka had, and then you with Euro teams, you have at least 2 Americans on every Euro team. They're only allowed 2 Americans on each Euro League team. You got these guys that's probably like, you know, Amari, like who just went over there? Dwight Howard just went overseas somewhere. Yeah. So you get guys like you'll get a guy that's been in championship situations teaching Luka, look, this is what you do in this situation here in the NBA. So LeBron never had that situation. But I feel like the type of ball player that LeBron is afforded Luka Doncic type of player though. He like LeBron struggles so Luka can look flawless.
Yeah. I mean, Luka averaging 35, 9 boards, and 8 assists. I mean,
bro.
But he was doing that in Europe against grown men.
No, I know that. I know that. And yeah, facts. And that's what I'm saying. Like,
are them European grown men that he was doing it against? Are they NBA quality?
Not all of them, but everybody. But you asked NBA players. I heard a conversation with LeBron saying like, not every NBA player knows how to play basketball, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? So you can't.
That's my thing. Being an old head, that I say, and like right now, for our high school team, right? I'm only coaching the freshmen, but like our varsity, we got a lot of players that's one-on-one players, but don't know how to play with each other. They don't. They
right.
Somebody got a real nasty crossover. Somebody else got a real nasty jumper, but they don't know the game of basketball to say they like.
Ain't passing to the jumper though. So,
right.
Yeah.
But they don't know. But they don't know the game of basketball to save their life. But they can get out here and score some points. And I think half of the NBA, that's what the NBA is to me. Half of them don't know shit. They don't know shit about basketball. But because they athletic or because they got a jumper, they out here.
They get away with
These
it.
kids are ultra.
Tyreek Hill. Sorry, I'm joking.
Hey, Tyreek Hill ain't my guy. I just answered the question.
I'm just
He
saying,
gets the ball like this every time.
He don't know how to catch. Tyreek Hill know how to catch right. Yeah, that's what Rose said.
Athletic.
Hey, Tyreek Hill get the wind knocked out of him. That's why he's one of the greatest. Because he gets the wind knocked out of him. He catching it with his stomach. And then you know how it is to catch that football with your stomach. Everybody has had that feeling. And Tyreek Hill is out here scoring off of that. That's
all
amazing.
the time, every time.
Going off of what Moose said though, like if you saying if Tyreek Hill lose a step, but the difference like Chris Carter, he find other ways to win. I think back in the day, like being an old head, you had to figure out some kind of way to get on that damn court. Now some of them was on the court, didn't know shit about basketball, but they'll knock the shit out of you because they was big and they'll foul the shit out you. Right. So half of the NBA back then didn't know how to play fucking basketball. They was just goons. And half the people now got some kind of specialty and don't know shit about basketball.
What did Michael Jordan have to eventually incorporate into his game? A mid-range game. Because, again, like you said, the NBA at one time was filled with goons. Like you think about
Oakley.
But
Oakley. That's what I was thinking about. I'm glad somebody was able to read my mind. Charles Oakley, his skill set was very, very, very limited, bro. He was a liability on defense. He wasn't going to add any type of offense, but his attitude and his aggression is going to warrant people to tell their guards, hey, don't drive in the middle of the lane.
Yeah.
Hey, Isaiah, that nice little in between that, Isaiah had that middle of the floater. Don't do that with Oakley. Don't do that.
Yeah. Because Charles Oakley is a gym teacher right now in 2022.
Yeah,
he's not even in the league in 2022.
And that's because he's not smart enough to be a coach. You know what I'm saying? You gotta know basketball.
He coaching the big three, but like I've
seen
him with his players in the big three. They don't even respect him.
Big three for the real ones. That's why he there, man.
It is. Shout out to Cube, man, for real. Only black for real.
Shout out to Cube. Yeah, I feel you on that.
Shout out to the Panthers, man.
Panthers. Sounding real Panthers.
Hey, I want to say, I want to take this. I want to also take this time to say congratulations to the Kansas City I want to say, like Patrick Mahomes has dispelled all rumors. Patrick Mahomes, we counted Patrick Mahomes out. There was we didn't
count him out. Nobody counted him out.
On the very first episode, I found myself in sports banner mode.
This guy.
I went on this limb and I was speaking just feverishly about how the Kansas City Chiefs just aren't going to be the same. Not without Tyreek. But listen, I want to hold on. I want to gracefully just put my hands up and just say, look, man, y'all got to understand, man, the Chiefs are real, man. Like the Chiefs are the real deal. Patrick Mahomes, they just added a receiver. They were just, matter of fact, they talk so much about this receiver's IQ, but they never talked about his on-field acumen, his skill position. There were some great passes from Patrick Mahomes today. The Kansas City Chiefs are a team to be reckoned with, and you better all respect them.
Buster Mahomes.
Oh my God!
Respect the Chiefs.
No, God.
Or you DOA. Or you DOA.
He started something. He started something right there.
All right, man, I'm cool, bro. You see my hands
The
up.
little,
My hands up.
the
Let's
little
By the
go
way,
down
that
in
means
the chat.
Trey is right there.
I'ma
You
say-
know who said it.
I'm gonna be at school tomorrow. I'm gonna be at school tomorrow, and I'm gonna be checking on that shit all day long.
What did I
I'ma say this
say? What did I say?
I'ma-
I just said it. I said the Chiefs are great. We are not
Hey,
worthy.
That's not
I'm gonna
enough.
say this about the Chiefs, man. I'm gonna say this about the Chiefs, man.
Oh
The
Lord.
Chiefs, I know for real. The
Okay.
Chiefs and Andy Reid, man, they are a great little brother to the Patriot dynasty, man. Like Andy Reid always wanted to be Bill Belichick. You know, he think he had, he always wanted to be the great AFC dynasty.
He's stirring up the
Always,
pot.
always wanted to be us, man. I
He's
love it.
stirring
I
up
love
the
this. I
pot.
love to try to see people replicate the 20 years of domination. You know, I love
Hey,
it, man. I
the
love
chat
to
gonna
see.
be live tomorrow.
I'm not in the chat tomorrow. I'm not in the chat.
that chat gonna be on fire. And every time the bell ring, I'm gonna grab my phone.
I'm
That's
not
it.
even gonna have time tomorrow to just. I'll probably
I
later
ain't
on.
gonna have time.
I'm not gonna have
I
time
ain't
during
gonna
the day, but I'm definitely gonna check later on in the
Hey,
week.
Nah, I got time
Listen.
today. I'm recording it and putting it in there, tagging him, all that.
Hey, every time the bell ring, I'm gonna grab my phone. I'm gonna be like,
Yo,
I
bro.
ain't got nothing to do with it, man.
Oh, you know
Hey,
it. We record
hey,
at
hey,
his
I'm
finest.
telling y'all,
Free
man.
serve. Free serve.
Hey, he about to do a full WrestleMania 17 rock.
Put that Undertaker song back on real quick so I can find it.
Right.
Respect the Chiefs. Okay?
Respect that, or you
They
DOA.
have no flaws.
None.
that's gonna be a good one. That's gonna be a good one.
Honey Buster Mahomes, man.
Oh, my
Come on,
God.
man. Don't
That
play.
hit
Travis Kelce
today,
from Cleveland
that
Heights,
hit
man. He
today
from the
on
Heights.
Juju was egregious.
Oh, Lord.
Hey,
It was
going back
uncalled
to the list.
for. It was uncalled for, and that's not football. And when I see that type of stuff, it bothers me.
Rewind this from an hour to an hour and 20 because this guy is talking spicy. Ooh-wee.
Hey, your question: Should LeBron be traded?
Oh, yeah. Did I put that on there yet?
Don't do that.
Yeah, should LeBron James be traded?
Let Moose have this, bro. I'm going.
I'm about to. That's what I want to hear.
Man, listen, man.
Hold on. Let me get in close. All right, go ahead.
Matter of fact, I'm letting it out. You know, you feel me? Look, man. Should LeBron James be traded? I want to put this out here, and I want to say this with all my chest, man. Number one, I love the Lakers. I have loved the organization of the Los Angeles Lakers since I've been a wee lad. I love the Los Angeles Lakers. Secondly, I am fully aware of what LeBron James does to teams. He dismantles them, and all of their assets are tossed in the Akron Sea. I get it. I totally understand it, and I totally get it. That's what comes along with LeBron James.
Right.
Thirdly, these 5 years of the LeBron James experiment in Los Angeles have been a failure. And they're not on LeBron James's. Yes, it's been a failure. We got a championship, great. But they have been a failure. And he is a part of that failure. He does not get to be absolved of that failure. He is a part of that failure. I hope he would say that. I say all that to say, do I want LeBron James traded? Do I want Anthony Davis traded? Do I want Russell Westbrook traded? Yes. The reason why I want them traded, listen, this is why I want them traded. The Laker organization, we all know why Rob Pelinka is still the GM. He's a GM because RIP to Kobe Bean Bryant. That's why he's the GM. He's Kobe's best friend. That's why he's still there. Any other GM that put up the record that he's put up and the team he's put together would have been fired a long time ago. He's legit there because he's Kobe's home. That's why he's there in that seat. I don't care what anybody says. Nobody can show me otherwise because he has done a terrible job. He totally dismantled the championship team the next season, and he didn't even have to, but he totally dismantled it. If the Lakers are going to be 2-10 with LeBron James and Anthony Davis as their two best players, be 2-10 with them off the team and just be trash. Like my issue, like I hate when teams are in purgatory, acting as if, oh, man, we're a piece away. We're this away. The Lakers are not a piece away. And I want all Laker fans to hear me. I want all the LeBron James worshipers to hear me too. The Lakers are not a piece away from a championship. They are not a piece away. They're not a piece away. This team is awful. Top to bottom, they are awful. And it's not that they're awful basketball players. Because like I forget who I was trying to tell, I think it might have been AP, but Matt Ryan will give AP 50 points. He will give him a 50-piecer. He's in the NBA for a reason. So I'm not going to discredit anybody that's in the NBA. But this team cohesively as a unit is awful. I'm also going to say Russell Westbrook this year has been our best player. Lewis, shout out to you. He has been our best player, period. He's been our best player, and I am so sick and tired of the Darvin Ham, using him as a scapegoat, all this stuff. Anthony Davis has been – I'm so tired of seeing Anthony Davis grab his leg, grab his back, grab his neck, grab his ear, grab his lip. He's always on the floor. I've never seen a professional athlete that's on the ground in the game of basketball as much as Anthony Davis is. I am sick and tired of watching the law. No, in Dwayne Wade's prime, I don't want to hear it. Anthony Davis.
Every time he shoots the ball, he's on the ground.
Anthony Davis is 6'11", 7 feet tall, and he's always on the freaking ground.
I don't like it.
Dwayne Wade showed up to play the next game, and still scored 40. Anthony Davis will break a toenail and be like, "Oh yeah, I'm injured. That's why I only scored 10 points." I don't want to hear that. Get him out of here. I don't want to see him in the dreadlock. We're trying to be woke, all that stuff. I don't want to hear none of that stuff. So that's how I feel as a Laker fan. But do I think it's going to happen? No. LeBron James has no trade value. Nobody wants a guy that's 38 years old in December. No matter how great they are, nobody's going to want that. It's just not. Nobody's going to want that. And Russell Westbrook's trade value is coming up. Great. If you can trade him, great. If not, I mean, I'm sorry. It's just disgusting. This picture of Kobe, and this last thing I'll say, in the 2008 finals after we lost to Boston, this is how I feel. Right here. This is how I feel as a Laker fan. You see Kobe's face? Like, yeah. This is the problem. Right here. And LeBron James is lucky. LeBron James is blessed Kobe Bryant is not still alive. Because I can guarantee you Kobe Bryant be knocking on his door right now, bro. What's going on? That's all I'm gonna say about the Lakers.
Hey, would you bring Magic Johnson back?
To get rid of Rob Pelinka, yes, I'll bring Magic Johnson back. But here's the thing. I don't know. No one, I don't think that'll happen. But I would love Magic Johnson back.
I know, I'm just saying because they made the choice. And when him and Magic went head to head and Magic was like, no, you wrong, they booted Magic. And he an all-time Laker great. They booted Magic for this motherfucker.
Yeah. Right. Facts. Yeah, I want Magic back for sure. And I mean, and then the fact that, Magic didn't tell LeBron he was leaving, which is weird to see, but I'm pretty sure they cool now. But yes, I would want Magic back. For sure I would want Magic back. So yeah, I would love, a few players back. Caruso to come back, a few players to come back. But yeah, to answer your question.
You can't have Caruso back.
All right, well, my take, because I'm kind of in agreement.
As a LeBron fan, let's say that.
As a LeBron fan, I'm kind of.
Thank you.
It's a tough situation on what Moose is saying, but at the same time, I can't say anything wrong off of what he just got done saying. I think that the Lakers organization has bowed down to the king, and I think with them doing that, it kind of messed the situation up. They gave up a lot of pieces just to get Anthony Davis. We did not get the Anthony Davis we were supposed to get. Or not we, I'm sorry, the Lakers did not get the Anthony Davis that they were supposed to get.
We did for a season.
For 1 year. For 1 year.
For 1 year.
And that 1 year we got a chip. That 1
year we got a chip. And then after, you're right. You're right. Yeah, so you're right on that part. Yep, you're right on that part. But then after that, they blew the whole team up. They traded KCP. Weird. All of that stuff. But I think LeBron had a lot to do with that. That's why I was like, yo, I put at least 60 to 70% of the blame on what the Lakers are, what they're doing right now on LeBron, and I put the rest on the organization because they have no backbone to just be like, Bron, no.
Ain't no organization told them no, though. That's the problem.
But I agree with that. I can't go against that. Every organization,
That's
the only
why
thing I
he
can
ended up
speak on is every organization he's been to, he has won a championship at every organization. Not a lot, but at every organization he has won. So if he if he goes to like Memphis or something like that, they will be thinking like, oh well, he knows the pedigree. We know how to do it because he's done it before. So they would like listen to what he. But unfortunately, the Lakers already did it. So for them to even listen to what he had to say when they already knew how to do it was just mad weird. So I think
the only GM who he wasn't able to totally dismantle the team was Pat Riley, but Pat Riley's smart enough and he's seen it coming. He stopped the bleeding. He stopped the bleeding right away. It's just that back then Bosh had the blood clot, so for a year or two he had to wait and get rid of that shit. But he's seen it coming.
And that's
I think
and go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, no, I think as far as the trade is concerned, I mean, I'll be, you know what I'm saying? Either way, I'm looking at I don't see LeBron getting another ring before he retires. I just don't see it. So at the end of the day, I don't see any other records to be broken, things of that nature, besides the Kareem situation. So it's almost like we just ride into the sunset. Even if he plays the next 2-3 years, I'm just disgusted on the fact that the way that the Lakers is built because of LeBron, he has to play 38 plus minutes when that was not supposed to be the situation that's going on right now. He was
do we
go ahead. Go ahead. No, you got it. Go ahead.
Do we think that LeBron really has that much power in the GM sense, like with players?
Do you say do we think?
Yeah, like
no,
or is that a proven fact? Is that a proven fact that okay? Like I'm not discrediting what y'all saying. It's just like again being a contrarian a bit, like just to
like, do you know how many trades are involved with LeBron James teams? How many coaches? How can you say he don't?
Yeah. I didn't. No, he's not saying that. He's not saying that.
He's just I'm trying to just bring up a contrarian's like point of view. Like my thing is like from the contrarian standpoint is like LeBron is a basketball player at the end of the day. There's roles. Like we all work. We all like, you know, whether you're the highest up, you still eventually have to answer to somebody. Like like you guys make great points. Like a lot of the demise of teams have come to the forefront of LeBron kind of being way too involved. Him and Rich Paul, as a matter of fact.
That's a fact.
Because Tristan Thompson and that 80 million, me and my fiance were just talking about like that time when, you know, Tristan Thompson wasn't performing, and the only thing that we could always scream at the screen was like $80 million.
Right, because they gave
that was LeBron's fault. That was Rich Paul and LeBron's fault. But when is the accountability going back to the teams that say, okay, you're a once in a lifetime athlete, but there will be another once. Like, when do you stand up? When do you?
That's what I was saying as well.
I'll say this. I'll say this not in LeBron's defense, but just in the context of where the NBA is at. The NBA is a star-driven league. Mm-hmm. So if the top 10 players in the world like say something, most of the time the owners or the GMs will try to accommodate them because I don't want to make my disgruntled top 10 player I don't want to make him disgruntled. So I'm going to do whatever I can do. I'm not saying that's right or wrong. I'm just saying that's what teams will do. If you have a top 5 to 10 best player in the league, it's like, well, if LeBron say we need this, I don't want him to ask for a trade on ESPN tomorrow, so I'm going to just do whatever he want to do. That's why Magic ain't there, because Magic was once a top 3 best player in the league. He's the best point guard of all time. He's a Laker legend, arguably the best Laker of all time. And LeBron, and I really feel like Magic ran the team. And Rob Pelinka was like, well, who am I then? What am I here to do if you're just running the team? If I'm the GM? And I feel like Rob Pelinka he got his little boo-boo hurt, got his little feelings hurt. And Magic was like, dog, I'm an owner of the Dodgers. I don't want a championship with the Sparks. I'm a champion, 5-time champion in the league. I'm the best point guard of all time. I'm still a Laker regardless. So I don't got to stay here and go through this stuff. Like, I'll just bounce and then watch y'all. Right, and he's a billionaire. And like, I'll watch y'all demise from afar. And that's pretty much what he's doing. He's just watching the demise. And like I said, And the thing was, this is too, and this is out of LeBron's control is LeBron pushed for Anthony Davis. He pushed really hard to get Anthony Davis. He cried and whined about Anthony Davis, and he tried to hand the keys off to Anthony Davis several times. And Anthony Davis has failed to get the ignition started because that was the plan.
Because
the plan was for AD to be the man. That was the plan.
LeBron
for AD to be the man.
essentially wanted to do what Dwayne Wade did for him.
Right.
Like, you know, when they lost to the Dallas Mavericks, Dwayne Wade had to have that talk like, no. I brought you here to be the man.
Yeah.
I always say this too about this is LeBron's fault. I always say this. Like, there was a time when basketball was not the most relevant sport. Magic and Bird made basketball an American tradition. Jordan made it international. LeBron James made it a players' league.
Right.
Players' decisions are bigger than the organization's decisions. Players' decisions sink organizations. LeBron left Cleveland, and Cleveland, you know, drafted Kyrie, and you know they went through the motions, and then LeBron decides to come back and grace Cleveland with his presence, and then build a team around him. So in LeBron's defense, it's like, well, look what I did in Cleveland from, you know, 2013 to 2016, it all made sense of what I was trying to do. I came to the Lakers. I brought Anthony Davis here.
Injured.
We got a championship.
Pink Panther out. Pink Panther out. Holla at y'all later. Good night. I get tired of the LeBron. I get tired of the LeBron talk. You know, I'm a hater.
And we get tired of the Panther talk.
Y'all talking real Pantherish on this show right now. Don't think Trey, don't think I ain't getting to your boy Derek tomorrow. I got time too.
Stay in the Panthers' place.
Hey, Pantherish out. I got y'all, man.
So
LeBron
go ahead. Is only doing what they're allowing him to do. It's not his fault.
Yeah.
It is his fault, but it's not his fault.
Yeah, it's not. That's why I said it's not fully his fault. And the thing is this, man. Like, at the end of the day, like, when it comes to all LeBron stops, right? So we got Cleveland twice, Miami, LA. LeBron's done all this shaking, right? Cleveland has one championship to speak for it. LA has one championship to speak for it. In the end, right now, Cleveland, I'll say, is worth it because he's from Akron, and he changed that franchise around, right? So for Cleveland, it's worth it because I think LeBron gave them a blueprint of what excellence looks like. So for Cleveland, it's worth it.
Right.
The Lakers are already a great franchise. The Lakers are arguably the greatest franchise in all of sports. We've seen great players. We've seen transcendent players before. We'll see him when LeBron leaves.
Yes.
So that's the brand is already there. Miami had Pat Riley. Miami had already won a chip with D-Wade and Shaq and all that stuff. Yeah. So, you know, the thing is, I'll say this, like, LeBron, the weirdness about what the Lakers is that I feel like the Lakers are trying to cater to new basketball, the Players League, but like everything within the Lakers brass. So like a lot of like I watched James Worthy on after a Lakers game, basically like Dog Brown, and like there are a lot of older Laker players that be like, yeah, man, like this ain't what it's supposed to be. Like, he not carrying the mantle, and like, and they dog Anthony Davis, they dog the thing, but the franchise as a whole, like Jeannie Buss and Rob Pelinka, they just don't want to press the button, like y'all said, and hold people accountable. They want to think this roster as constructed, like, oh, this roster, because we got to give them time. No, you don't. Like, it's not good. It's not going to work.
Right.
It's not. Like, this team max is going to win 35 games, maybe 30 games, and you don't have a draft pick. Your draft pick is in New Orleans.
Yeah, it's true.
That's what's irritating for me too, is you have no draft cap.
I got a question for you then. If a team, if an NBA team does not cater to the new NBA, then you have a team kind of like the San Antonio Spurs and Popovich. Popovich don't cater to the new shit, but he's also losing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I think some
Yeah.
teams look at it and go, in some kind of way, you have to change with the game. Like you can't just do it the old school way no more,
You do.
unless you have players like a Kawhi as a superstar. To say he was still healthy and he's down here, a superstar like Kawhi is different than a superstar like John Morant. John Morant's going to be the Allen Iverson, the braids, the tattoos, the argue with the coach. Kawhi just going to be that quiet Tim Duncan-y type. You know what I'm saying? When you got a superstar that's an elite player but has that characteristic, that works for old school ways. If some of these kids, them young kids that's coming out now, they don't have that. They got the superstardom in them from get-go. They one and done in college. Ain't nobody ever told them shit. Somebody probably was doing their homework for them while they was in college, and now they in the pros, and I can hit threes, I can do whatever, and then they just let them go. So if you a GM, do you do it old school way or do you do it the new school way?
I mean, if you're a GM, I mean, I'll say this about, you know what I mean, I'll say this about Kawhi.
I'm old, so you know what way I do it.
I think.
But I might not win. I might be going through what Popovich going through.
Yeah, you won't win. You won't win because, I mean, the culture to these kids are sensitive and whatever. But, I mean, Kawhi Leonard, I'll say about Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard has played in less games, him and Paul George, than Anthony Davis. So that's all I'll say about that.
I'm just saying that the fight type.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean. But Kawhi's also been outed as, like, he quiet, but he's also been noted as being a diva, though. He's just quiet to the public. But anyways, I know what you mean.
Tim Duncan, then
yeah. Tim Duncan is perfect. I would say you gotta be both. I would say you can be both. And the reason why I say you can be both is like Pat Riley. Pat Riley is a no nonsense guy, right? Eric Spoelstra and their culture are no nonsense people, but their culture has been proven to work with the right pieces. So like Miami just don't go get anybody and everybody. They just don't. Like Jimmy Butler fits well in their culture because Jimmy Butler is that same guy. But the same guy didn't fit in Minnesota because Minnesota ain't built like that. So Miami is the greatest fit for Jimmy Butler because they all have the same mindset. Like Jimmy Butler couldn't succeed in LA because how he is a person, how he's wired, he really wouldn't succeed well in LA. But like you gotta do a mixture of both. But like on the opposite end, like you look at the Nets, right? The Nets have missed out twice. So when they traded everything for Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett, they lost out on Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. They have no draft capital. They moved heaven and earth for Kyrie, and then they moved heaven and earth to get Kevin Durant, right? Like money and assets and build a team around them. They're not going to win a championship with Kevin Durant and Kyrie. They're not going to win. They're not.
I agree.
They're not. So when you cater to your team so much, and you like to your players, and you like forsake the future, and you forsake like the team aspect, I think it leads to like burnout, where like it leads to like guys saying like, man, like this ain't it, or this ain't working, or whatever, fill in the blank. And like I said, when it comes to the Lakers situation, like, you know, you went and got Russ because LeBron and AD wanted you to get Russ. That's why you went out and got Russ. And you knew Russ was an aging player. He ain't the same guy. In the bubble, your defense against Russ was just don't guard him, let him shoot. And
why do you think they got him?
I was just about to ask that question. Well, I was going to ask something similar to that.
Like, why are you?
It's easy. I think it's easy. I think it's an easy equation. And I think LeBron and AD are secondary in that. Because the Lakers, they had an emotional response to what they seen Brooklyn do. That summer, Brooklyn got James Harden, and they had Kyrie and Kevin Durant.
Yeah, we had that conversation.
And rather than them just saying, look, we already won a championship. We got a championship roster. We don't need to move the needle. Yeah, the league is responding to what we did already. So we just need to keep being who we been, and we'll let the league do what they do. So they had an emotional response to what Brooklyn did. So they said, oh, we got to have him go out and be the third superstar because oh, wow, James Harden and Kyrie Irving and LeBron and Kevin Durant are just this crazy explosive team. We won't be able to stop them. Like, no, yes, you will. you won in 2020 because of your defensive, like you had defense all over the place. So yeah, that's why, like, because Brooklyn, they responded to Brooklyn, so they wanted to go get another guy. Like, and they missed out and they struck out. Russ ain't the guy.
They didn't think that could be DeRozan.
The Lakers will be better with DeRozan.
I'm saying, but they didn't think DeRozan was a big enough superstar to make it a three-headed monster.
That's what I was just about. I was about to ask that same thing.
He was there. He was already finna look for houses and everything.
Yeah, that's what my
he from there.
I know. I'm saying he was on his way back. They had to turn around and tell him no.
That's my question. Now, my question is, are we having the same conversation if Russell Westbrook is out of the equation and it's either Kyrie or DeRozan?
I'm saying even in San Antonio, DeRozan to me was putting up better numbers than Westbrook was at Houston.
Period.
To me, he looked like a better player. So why would they take the one that they just was laughing at? They was just like, oh, we just let him shoot. They was just sagging off on him, letting him shoot. That they knew they was gonna beat them in the playoffs.
That's the thing that didn't make sense to me, Lou. It's like you just saw him in the bubble. You saw
right.
him a shell of himself. Why would you think he was going to rehabilitate himself to come to Los
Angeles? If you have no other player coming or asking to come, but DeRozan was damn near begging to come, and he was already to sign the contract. Like you had to tell him, no, never mind, we changed our mind.
Not only was he begging to come, he was going to take a pay cut to come.
That's what I'm saying. Like I don't want like,
so you would have more money to put a team around them three.
I'm saying I already knew this. So in my mind, I'm trying to wrap my head around it. Why would you nix that? Because we know LeBron nixed it and said, "No, I want Westbrook."
So but you want to is right. They don't want LeBron to succeed.
It's either. I think this is what I think, and I think this turned into a pride issue. I think that everybody going around the league, all you heard was Russell Westbrook can't win with nobody. And LeBron was like, I can win with anybody. Give him to me. Kevin Durant was like, I can't play with him. I can't win with him. And LeBron is like, oh, I'm better than KD, and I can figure it out. So what he did was trying to do it, and it failed. Yeah. And that's what he found out. Like, no, I can't do this. Well,
I don't know why. I can't put my finger on why. I know LeBron was a part of pulling the plug. LeBron could not absolve himself. I know LeBron was a part of saying yes to Russell Westbrook joining the Los Angeles Lakers and DeMar DeRozan not. I know they ran it past him and he was like, yeah, we'll do it. Run the play.
Like I knew my team was gonna have to be rebuilt. I said Zach LaVine keep being hurt. I can't count on him for a season. Zach LaVine is motherfucking Kawhi Leonard and AD on my team. He is. Yeah, and I said when they first said it, when the dude came from Denver, the dude that built Denver, when Mr. K came and took over the Bulls and got Donovan up in there and got all of this shit that was going, I started looking at some of his plays, even his first draft pick when he picked Patrick Williams. And I was like, huh? Like I scratched my head because there were so many other things that we could have got that we needed. But I was like, yeah, I'm just going to trust the process. I don't make the rules and shit. I just got to watch. Patrick Williams, his first year before he got hurt, he was that guy. He was playing really good defense and solid. Like even LeBron was like, that cat is good. Like people were coming out texting, superstars were coming out saying that was a really good draft pick. Nobody saw that shit coming. And then when we took DeMar DeRozan, I said, I don't know if I want DeMar DeRozan. I said I watched him up in Toronto. It wasn't enough to get them over the hump. I said he wasn't aggressive enough to come out here and be our fucking scorer. In my mind, that's what I'm thinking. But I said the same thing. Well, this dude know what he's doing. I just watched him do it in Denver, and all of these no-name people that he put in there turned out to be really fucking great. So I'm not going to question it until after I see it. And then I started seeing us being a little bit tougher and tougher. Like the Bulls is tougher and tougher. I mean, Lonzo Ball getting hurt and us, Caruso was hurt and then Williams got hurt. Like I can see why sometimes we struggle, but I can also see sometimes why we're fucking great. Like they're building some things. Me, I get Vucevic. I get Vucevic. I get him up out of there. Go get me somebody else, a little bit more athletic and shit. I mean, I would, but I wasn't sure that I wanted DeRozan when we got him. So I can see why I'm in my mind. I'm saying maybe that's the same thing LeBron saw.
I wanted DeRozan.
LeBron whooped DeRozan a whole bunch of years in a row.
I wanted
That's
DeRozan
true.
solely
Yeah.
because
He might have
wanted
said, "I don't
DeRozan.
want that motherfucker." He ain't. You know what I'm saying? He back
Yeah,
down
he did
when I
say
was
that.
with him.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Probably he definitely was like, well, if we can get Russ, we'll get Russ. But I think DeRozan's a better free throw shooter. He can shoot the mid range.
Me
He's
too.
he's actually a guy you can trust down the stretch. Where
too.
if LeBron
He'll fit into whatever team he's on. And he's not gonna bump heads with
exactly.
people.
And if DeMar, here's the thing though, if DeMar's on the team, LeBron can run. He can run the point. He can be the point forward because DeMar don't have to have the ball in his hands. And LeBron could play 26 to 28 minutes a game, while Anthony Davis and DeMar DeRozan can play 30 to 32 to 34 minutes a game, and you can rest Bron. But you can't do that with Russ because Russ, whatever. So, like even next year with the Lakers will have more cap space, but we'll be able to sign a really, 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 really good role player. And like that's it. Like that's the cap space we have. Like that. Like we can't. Like I don't know where all this Bradley Beal talk is coming out of.
That ain't happening.
The Wizards aren't.
Because they said Washington might swap for Westbrook.
What?
I mean, look, I've seen crazier things.
No, I'm just saying that was the talk. They were saying like maybe they'll do it because they gave Bradley Beal the max deal, so they're paying that money anyway. And they're saying, since Bradley Beal's the shooting guard, if we get Russ over here with the ball in his hands, him and Kuzma, maybe this, maybe that. You know what I'm saying? And Wizards aren't that far off. I think they're
Bradley Beal. I'm taking him. But dang,
I'm just saying. Everybody knows, especially with y'all. But he's another $200 million max deal, dude. So you still gonna have the same problems next year.
He's not the missing piece for the Lakers.
Yeah, he's not. He's not the missing piece.
He's about to be a guard-heavy team with no bench.
Man,
who's on your bench, bro? Because that's what counts in the playoffs.
Right, and I'm not saying I would take him. I'm just saying that was the talk. We can just switch.
Yeah.
I'll take
him. And I'm thinking the Lakers thinking they can unload Beal easier than they can unload Russell. If you can get rid of Russell right now, you get rid of him, and then the player that you get, if you don't like him, he might be easier to get rid of. Bradley Beal is probably a lot of teams will take Bradley Beal before they'll take Russell.
Yes.
That's a fact.
So I'm just saying the Lakers might be thinking nobody wants Westbrook. We can't get rid of him. But if a team would take him and we can get rid of that player, then we're in a good spot because we're getting rid of that contract.
I think they can get rid of Russ now though.
That would be helping the Lakers out. If that deal happened, that would help the Lakers out. Because there's teams that'll take Beal.
But my thing is this though, like when it comes to Russ though, and this is me being honest, not being no fan, I'm just being a basketball guy. Like
Garland scored 51. I'm sorry.
51, yeah.
Trading Russ, right? Trading Russ and 2 picks might garner you Miles Turner and Buddy Hield. As much as I would like to have Miles Turner and Buddy Hield, we would be a play-in team. That's it. We'd be a play-in team. That's all we would be. I don't see us going to a conference finals or a championship, anything like that. This year, if we trade Russell Westbrook with Buddy Hield and Miles Turner, because then Miles Turner is a free agent next year. So you got to figure out what you're going to do there. And like I said, like even with Russ gone, because Russ will be off the books next year, we still only have enough cap space to sign a really, really good like role player.
And that's it.
That's all you have. Like the only guy that you can trade and you can get some type of asset back is Anthony Davis. Like that's it.
That's the reason why
that's like legit it.
Extension. LeBron should have never signed that extension. That don't make no sense. Because now it's all locked in.
It makes sense. It makes sense.
It makes sense for his pockets.
Yeah, I think it makes sense. I think it makes sense in the space of like LeBron after basketball. LeBron's always thinking about basketball, and LeBron got a championship. LeBron can say he won a championship for the Lakers. Now, does that do something for his confidence? Yes. But does that do something for like basketball? No. Like, bro, you won 1 championship in the franchise where the best players have won multiple. So, like,
you gotta think about it. You won 1 championship, but you only been to the playoffs with the Lakers 1 time, and that was in the playoffs. I mean,
he went. We went twice.
He went twice. He got beat in the first round, and then the other one they won, and then the other 3 years he didn't make it.
Yeah, twice. We won twice.
He got beat in the first round.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm saying since he signed the extension, he's going to be in LA longer than where he's been at. No, not Cleveland, because Cleveland he was there for 8 years. So never mind. I was just about to say, like, you're.
He signed through 2025. I mean,
how many years would be that? 8.
That'd be 8. LeBron loves LA. His kids love LA.
I was going to say he like LA though.
Yeah, he loves LA.
Just retire and enjoy the scenery.
He doing that, but he still get to play and still make a check. That's what he do.
And he don't. And I don't care what. Look, he's chasing that Kareem because he hate Kareem, so he chasing Kareem because he want to stick it to Kareem. Like, yeah, I broke your points. And I think in a way, I think in some kind of way he's trying to like tie Kobe so he can be like, oh, I was close to Jordan or whatever. Like, bro, you're not
what?
If you're that close to the record, you got to go for it though. There's no way you get that close to that record and not go for it.
Yeah, I don't think. But I'm
saying I don't think it ain't even got to be that he hate Kareem. I think it's just if you're that close to that record, you got to go for it. There's no way.
It is, but he is petty though. LeBron's petty.
Yeah, he ain't getting
that is a cherry. That is
after I heard the comments that Kareem said, I was trying to break it too. I didn't know Kareem was like that.
Oh yeah, Kareem.
Well, I mean, not like that. I didn't know that he had.
Did you not watch the Showtime show?
No. I did.
Yeah, did you not see him with the orange juice and all the other shit?
Yeah. Kareem's a dirtbag. So yeah.
But I didn't know he felt that way to LeBron though. That's what I'm saying. That's most and when he said he was breaking the record, he just started the name.
But everybody forgot about Kareem. I think Kareem probably a little jealous because
he will be forgotten after this.
But when he was great, there wasn't all this social media. You was great, but only basketball people knew he was great. The whole world knew LeBron great. The whole world, whether you're a basketball fan or not.
Thanks to social media.
You know
what I'm saying?
Like real talk, I don't even like when it comes to like Kareem, like like in just any old school basketball player. I think a lot of them old school dudes, they don't like LeBron.
Yeah, I don't think
I legit feel that I feel like they feel like LeBron ushered in the NBA of like people not competing, which is a false narrative. But like I feel like them old school dudes don't rock LeBron. Because like anytime like them old heads and like you'll talk to them about the NBA, they were, oh yeah, LeBron's great. Like this, like it's just like a super casual great. It's not like
and I hate it. I hate it every time.
I'm guilty of that. I'm guilty of that too.
Yeah, I understand though.
Yeah,
I can't be mad at it.
I'm guilty of it. But the reason here's why. In my defense, here's why. And Monty could tell you. When I wake up tomorrow, you know what's gonna be on my phone?
They on your head, bro. They on your head.
Even if I wanted to sit around and not talk about LeBron tomorrow, guess what's gonna happen tomorrow?
It comes to him, bro. It comes to
Listen,
him.
it's gonna be 4:35. I'm gonna pick up my phone and I'm gonna look on there and I'm gonna be tagged in 17 different posts about something LeBron did.
Yeah, bro, that's how
that bad in Ohio.
You support LeBron? Is that why?
No, he supports Jordan. Well, he supports both. But when
if somebody cut my head about something, I just fire back. So my argument don't even really be like, and I had this conversation all the time. Yeah. I can tell you everything LeBron ever did wrong. Not because I was looking for it or I was just in there. It's because somebody was on my head about something and I had to fire back and I went and started looking shit up. Yep, and once I started looking shit up and I said, oh, hold on a minute there. Oh, wait, this motherfucker. And I've been doing it for the last 10 years because for 10 years straight, when I wake up tomorrow, and it's not me starting the conversation. I didn't say shit about LeBron today. I didn't say shit about LeBron yesterday. I didn't post nothing. I ain't did nothing. I've been running out looking at gyms. Yeah. My shit is going to be on fire tomorrow. I ain't going to get to work without having...
Try living in Ohio and working in.
But I'm saying my argument be with LeBron fans. My argument don't even really be about LeBron because, and I tell this shit all the time. I say, listen, if you arguing, when I'm arguing LeBron, I'm arguing what I think the difference is between number 1 and number 2 of all time in the whole history of the game.
Yeah.
Why I picked Jordan at number 1, why I picked LeBron at number 2 or 3, whatever it is that be my argument. Just the top 2 or top 3 of all time. I can't have this argument about LeBron with no other player that ever played the fucking game.
Right.
No matter how many times I say that, the first thing they say, you don't like black people, you hate black people, you just don't want to see LeBron win. No, I'm
That's
telling
lame.
you the difference
That's such a
on,
cop out.
on these two players, just these two players had what I think. Why I think this player is better than this player. That's it. But my whole argument would get changed into, you just hate LeBron. You always just
I
in
feel
the
you.
'90s. You can't let it go. No, I'm just saying why I think it. I think Jordan had something inside of him that LeBron don't have. I just don't give a fuck. I don't care how many skills you got. There's an intangible to me that's inside Jordan that if LeBron had that intangible, I would not be talking about fucking Michael Jordan. I would be talking about fucking LeBron because he would have broke every fucking record. He would won more than 4, period. There's that little piece that's inside of Jordan that if you take it and put inside LeBron with the body that he got and the basketball IQ that he got, he would be fucking it.
So I'm a huge LeBron fan.
I know.
I go wherever LeBron goes, but I'm not delusional. I respect the game of basketball more than I do LeBron.
That's a fact. Me too.
Like that, and I'm gonna tell you who made me respect the game of basketball: Michael Jeffrey Jordan. So Michael Jordan will always be my GOAT. As far like the reason why I follow LeBron, and it's simple. Like we're kids from an area where we might see local heroes just be local. I think like I can attest, and I know Moose can attest, like Akron, Canton, Massillon, Cleveland. Like we know legends. Like I'm talking about but locally.
Yeah.
That's it. After they peak in high school, they might go to college and then they mess up their lives and then they just back in the hood kicking it. So LeBron was like the exception. And like for me, I was in the Navy, so I was away from home. So this is my connection to home. They like, you from Canton, right? That's near Akron. Like, what you know about LeBron? Like, yeah, I mean, I know a little something about him. I don't know much. And as the hype just, I was more so just proud because he is someone who comes from my neck of the woods. Like, and I support that. But basketball wise, bro, like me and I got other friends that love LeBron. And we have the conversations with the non-delusional friends. Like we have LeBron, man, he be on that whole shit sometime, man. He does. Like Miami, first year in Miami, mentally, he was not ready to take on the burden that he thought he was about to take on. Being public enemy number one. Because LeBron wants to be liked by everybody.
Right.
He does. You could tell because he's never said anything really wrong in the media. And if he did, he rectified it very quickly. He's a media darling. I mean, like you can't really find chinks in his armor. And that's where a lot of LeBron fans will argue LeBron. Well, he built a school. He about to build a hospital in Akron. Let's talk about on the court. LeBron, again, the reason why Michael Jordan is my GOAT, and the reason why, here's the bigger reason why I stopped being a fan of the team, because of Michael Jordan. I remember after the 5th ring, and they said, Jordan, are you coming back? He said, I don't know. That's up to the front office. I was like 14, 15 years old. And I'm thinking to myself,
What?
I don't even know.
Right.
I was just not solidified. We about to go 3-peat again. This should be solidified. We should already know you coming back. And I knew then it was just like Jordan retired because he just wasn't respected by the front office. And Jerry Krause and the other guy, like they really played the part of the team is bigger than the player. When actually, in all actuality, it was the player who brought the dominance and the prominence of that team. And you didn't respect that, and you didn't reward that. So after Jordan retired, I was a Bulls fan from the time I was 5 years old. When I got my first pair of Jordan 2s, you couldn't tell me nothing else. I was a Jordan fan. He retired. I'm such a fan of the sport. I just followed the sport. And then LeBron came. And I'm like, oh no, I gotta hop on this bandwagon because he's from where I'm from, bro.
Yeah.
So is LeBron?
I had to hop back on his bandwagon because I was arguing so much. I'm telling you, when I get up tomorrow, but I learned how to separate it. But what helped me separate it? It was arguing with people, say people like Bees. If I argue with Beezy about it, it's an argument about basketball, what we really think.
Basketball.
If I
Right.
argue with another fan, I'm arguing with a motherfucker. I don't care what you say. This motherfucker is goofy. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah.
I was arguing with so many goofy people, and I'm going to get tagged. Some of them are goofies tomorrow. I'm finna get on here and argue with people with some fucking goofy motherfuckers, and I'm
Right.
gonna just say something goofy just to say it so I can keep fucking
Right.
posting highlights, right? Just posting just highlights with no kind of context behind it.
Yeah. I'm arguing with somebody that's just real fucking Pantherish every day.
I post something you said, you know what I'm saying? Repost something that
But
you said.
when I found out the last couple of years, I had to take a step back and say, man, why am I arguing this hard though? You know what I'm saying? Why am I making it to dog him that hard to prove my point? Like, this dude is good. Like, he is great, and I'm here saying like he a sucker or something. Like, I had to take a step back.
But Lou, there are people in LeBron's defense that just hate LeBron for just hating him for
and that's not me, and I've never been there.
And a lot of people don't have that discernment where they can differentiate whether, okay, I'm just talking about what he's doing on the court.
Right. Once I found myself arguing that hard, I had to say, I do sound like I hate this motherfucker. And I know inside my head I don't, but the motherfucker I'm talking to, that's what it looked like. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had to take a step back and say, listen, yes, he did this. And I had to start posting shit like, oh, LeBron did this today. LeBron did that today. And yeah, no, that doesn't mean that Michael Jordan ain't great because I posted LeBron did something good. You know what I'm saying? I had to make it a point to start doing that shit to myself. I found myself being a hater. Like, I was like, and that's not me. I said, but my argument, I'm an arguer. If you say some shit to me, motherfucker, I'm saying something back. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. We in church, motherfucker. You say it to me where you ready to have this argument at, or wait till, you know what I'm saying? Don't talk to me in church because I'll start arguing and we will get loud. And, you know what I'm saying? I would do that. I would do that. Like, wait till we leave before you even ask me the question. Don't ask me the question in church and then expect me to answer it when we leave. I'm answering it right the fuck now.
What'd you say, Moose?
I'm just saying.
Last thing I'll say before I get up off of here, man.
I got it.
Yeah, we got to get off anyway.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this, man, is so for me, I'm 32, so I'm the youngest guy on this live right now. So I'll be 33 in a few months. So I caught the tail end of Jordan. So I caught the second three-peat. So like I remember watching all that stuff as a kid. So Jordan made me notice basketball. My first love was football, of course. So like I've been watching football my whole life. But basketball, like Jordan caught my attention. But like for me, for y'all, how Jordan is, Kobe is for me. So like when I seen Kobe, I was like, ain't nothing you could tell me about him. And for me, like Jordan is the GOAT to me, like undeniable. Like to me, there's no question Michael Jordan is the GOAT to me. Nobody can tell me otherwise. But for personally, like Kobe's my GOAT. But I put Kobe over Bron, and the reason I get Kobe is this, Kobe trash, and people trash on Kobe. People ain't trying to love Kobe until he died, unfortunately. People now, they want to love him now.
Yeah.
And I'm
That's
like,
true.
I don't think y'all are watching the same. Like, I've had arguments with friends that'll be like, oh, LeBron's a more skilled basketball player than Kobe. I'm like, are you serious?
Nah.
You think he's a more skilled basketball player than like Kobe's skill is like unfathomable. Like it's ridiculous. And I always tell people, like, fans will say LeBron James is greater than Kobe, but basketball people who love basketball and who played against them both be like, yeah, Kobe's that dude. And to me, it's the consistent disrespect. I love the Redeem Team 2 documentary because it allowed people to see, like, man, Kobe.
Everybody watching that shit right now.
Yeah, and like they might like yo when Kobe came in, they was like, oh okay, we're not playing. We about to win this now because Kobe's here, and it like
That was so
it's just like
inspirational, bro. Like
it
that.
was, and people don't remember like Kobe was like people hated Kobe. Kobe was a villain. Like Team USA, that team switched the narrative about him. People loved him after that more, and then even
He
more
was
so
more
when he got
accepted
done
after
playing.
the Redeem team. That's a
Yeah. Before that, people hated him. Like, and Kobe even said, like, he was ISO, he was a loner, like he was in there working out at the gym. Like he was, and that's why I love Kobe to me, because like you said, it's the intangible, man. Kobe wasn't out trying to make friends. Like we could be friends in the off season, bro. Like me and Bees used to argue in the studio all the time about Kobe and LeBron.
Yeah.
And my thing about Bron was just too friendly for me. Like I need my number one dude. Like we can be friends off the court, bro. When we get on this court, I'm trying to dominate you, and then I'm gonna tell you that I
That's what I
put
was
50
talking
in your
about, that
head.
little shit.
Yeah, and like that's what I do. And like that's the same frustration I have with LeBron now is that when people say, "Oh man," like when Tyson be like, "Man, LeBron clutch because he hits the most game time shots." Like I look at clutchness not just like as a last second shot. Being clutch to me is what you do the last 3 to 5 minutes of a basketball game. Can I put you on the free throw line? Can I trust you to knock down free throws? Right? Like, can I trust you like to say, listen, I know the basketball players, the pass to do, I dive, and then the pass to the boy to the corner. But when I'm the best player on the team, I should be the guy to like take that and like should want that. And like that's always been my thing with LeBron and why like I hold like Kobe and Jordan like in such high regard because I feel like they wanted that moment. I feel like we've only seen that moment from LeBron like one or two times. I feel like we seen in the 2016 with the Cavs, he wanted that bad. And I was like, ooh, man, Bron is on one. And then I think it was 2014 with Miami. Like when he should have won Defensive Player of the Year when they gave it to Marc Gasol. Like them was the only two times I've ever seen like, oh man, if we could get this version of Bron, it's gonna be scary. But like we never like fully seen like the glimpse of like, I'm not trying to be your friend. I'm not trying to be a media darling. I'm just trying to be a dog. And you either like me or you gonna hate me. So it was like that's why I love like the Miami version of Bron the most. Because the Miami version of Bron, like he just was like trying to embrace the enemy, trying to embrace the villain.
No, I honestly.
And he couldn't. I know he couldn't, but I wish he could have. But that's what I'm
2016.
Yeah, that 2016 chip, like I'm not a Cavs fan, but I'm gonna tell you, I was cheering for Cleveland so hard because I hate Warriors fans and I just don't like the Warriors.
Oh, I thought Golden State was gonna win it, so I was just going with my head. But for Cleveland to win it, I wasn't sitting there like, man, the fuck, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't mad about it, you know what I'm saying? And that city got their championship; they needed that, you know what I'm saying? So like as a basketball fan, Golden State, you already got one or two. So what? You know what I'm saying? I love when Toronto won theirs. I like when Cleveland won theirs.
Look,
I like, you know what I'm saying?
I'm about to get up off here. I'm gonna give y'all my top 3 NBA players right now: Michael Jeffrey Jordan, Kobe Bean Bryant, and LeBron Ramon James. That's it.
I can go with that. I put Magic where Kobe is, but that's just I'm old. You know what I'm saying? I just like Magic. But I agree with that. That's a good list.
That's my top 3 because in every aspect of it, their impact, whether it was good or bad, it's an impact.
It's an impact, yeah. I had Mike, then Magic, and then LeBron.
All right, man. Peace to y'all, man. Love y'all, brothers, man.
Yeah, all right. Stay up, bro. Yep.
And the show is over, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get some going away music.
Where all my smokers at? I don't even smoke. Cause of what up? I do it for y'all. I do it for you because you believe in me. So I give my all cause you ride with me. Roll up, smoke one, get high for me. I don't smoke, but this one's for my homies. I do it for you because you believe in me. So I give my all, cause you ride with me. Roll up, smoke one, get high from me. I don't smoke, but this one's for my homies who smoke and get high. But respect me, they don't bring out that smoke and a drinking around me. Who smoke and get high. But respect me, they don't bring out that smoke and a drinking around me. I do this for you.
Yo, busy bang with this and that. And you already know when your boy on go, I'm king like the biggest cat. And I ain't lying, boy, looking for my lioness. So I can keep her, not clip her, I feel like Jerry West. Been told y'all I was the bomb. More punchlines than at the prom. Swag so dope, I thank my mom. Y'all mock me like talking Tom. Let me give you something to mock. Headed to the top, at the door, hit a knock. My moment, my time, see the clock. I'm about to blow time bomb, hit a TikTok. Hey, this one is for y'all, I will not stop. Ay. And when I make it big, I will not flop. No. I'm doing it for y'all, time to roll up. Ay. But you know not to pass if I smoke up. Hey, you, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. Beezy got it lit, got the smoke, it's high. I don't even smoke and I will not try. I will let y'all have it, smoke away. In the whip, turn it up, gotta bump me, K. Gotta love me when I do it, I can swag all day. I can float, I can sting like I'm Cassius Clay. Roll up. Light up. Smoke up. What's up?
I do it for you because you believe in me. So I give my all cause you ride with me. Roll up, smoke one, get high from me. I don't smoke, but this one's for my homies. I do it for you because you believe in me. So I give my all cause you ride with me. Roll up, smoke one, get high from me. I don't smoke, but this one's for my homies. You smoke and get high, but respect me. They don't bring out that smoke and a drinking around me. You smoke and get high, but respect me. They don't bring out that smoke and a drinking around me. I do this for you.